I joined Chorlton Runners about 9 months ago now. Well, I wanted to see if I could better myself as a runner. On the odd occasion in the past, people have said, oh, you seem to have an aptitude for it. So that interested me, but mainly it was to meet new people. I just went out for a run and hadn't run for ages, ran around a few times, felt quite pleased with myself, and I sat down and I got chatting to these 3 girls that had just done an 18-mile run, which put me in my place straight away. And so immediately I was quite impressed with what they'd just done, and then I got chatting to them and they said they were part of the Chorlton running group, and they said, why don't you come along? Yeah, the Sunday runs are probably the best to do for beginners really. They've been going the longest, as the founding members of the club actually started running themselves on a Sunday. Everyone meets at the water park, car park. We stand in a circle, everyone introduces themselves, which is good because it acts as a bit of an icebreaker. Then we do a lap of the water park, which is used as a warm-up exercise. And after that, people can then break up into groups. But the focus has always been on, the beginner from walk, jog, upwards. There are all sorts of people, from families to singles of all abilities. We've got 2 routes mainly, the short sail and long sail routes, but the social element is important on the Sunday. That's key. People make the effort to run and chat and get to know one another. Within Chorlton Runners, there are many subgroups. You've got the Black Sheep group that like to go on trail and fell runs, a cross-country team that's doing quite well at the moment. I haven't actually done any cross-country runs, but it looks great fun, so I think I might give that one a go next. Tuesday nights began because there was a demand for people on Sundays to run on one evening during the week. Quite recently, the night had become so successful we had to actually limit the numbers for safety reasons, because at one point we had more than 300 people turning up. We meet at the Bowling Green pub, and in the summer we run around the water park, but in the winter we stay mainly on the roads. You decide, based on your own ability, which group that you go in, and then depending on the group you'll do anything from 3 to 6, 7 mile runs. In the winter it's normally road based, but in the summer it's through the water park. After you've done the run, you come back and you have a drink, and Mark, the landlord, who's also part of the club, he puts on free chips and sandwiches. And it probably is every Tuesday somebody in the group will bring a homemade cake. It doesn't have to be a birthday or a particular occasion. Often it is, but often it's not. But there's a number of groups that you could choose from. I now run in the 7 to 8 minute group, but I think I recall when I joined, I was in the 9 to 10, and then slowly worked my way up, and probably stay there. My favourite run on a Tuesday, running through Media City at night. It's fantastic with the scenery and the lights. It can be quite magical. Maybe at the time it doesn't seem like it. And then through the water park in the summer. My favourite organised run that I took part in was probably the Liverpool half marathon. That was my favourite, and that was purely down to the support and the fact that we organised a minibus and we all went down as a group and supported each other during the run. Camaraderie was fantastic. There's lots of nights that Chorlton Runners put on. I've personally been involved in most, if not all of them. Thursday night there's a 5k, organised free 5k run around the Media City, around Salford. And then Friday night you have the track at Longford Park. You get an hour and a half session. Usually the first 20 minutes, half an hour, you do organised drills. And then, I know that sounds pretty scary, but it's good just to see other ways of warming up and getting into your running. And then you spend an hour doing track work. Prior to joining Chorlton Runners, I'd done the odd 10k, but since joining 9 months ago, I've done my first half marathon, my first marathon, Manchester Marathon, which I just finished a few weeks ago, and a couple of 10k runs, And then of course you've got the 5K run, the Parkrun. It's not just for Chorlton runners, it's open to anybody. So everybody from Manchester or from around Plattfield will come. So, and you've got all ages. You get lots of children coming along. You see mums pushing their babies or toddlers in the pram. So it's it's all inclusive. And a good thing about that particular run, the last Saturday of every month, Chorlton runners will volunteer to pace that run. So you can get involved with the club that way, or it's good, if you just want to go there and hopefully, do a personal best, and you can follow someone round who's pacing 25 minutes. But the best thing about Parkrun is the breakfast after, and we all get together. It's the beginning of the weekend. It just sets up the weekend perfectly. Running makes my life better, yeah, definitely. After a day at work, it kind of blows the cobwebs away if you go out for a run. And it gets the endorphins flowing. During it, you might not feel great, but then after, yeah, the feeling after that you've completed a good run, it does feel fantastic. So running has done a lot for me, definitely. I met my girlfriend there. I've made some great friends. Just being able to share your running experiences after a run with people that have often been involved in the same run that you've been is, it's great. You can feed off the energy, and there's lots of social groups that go out independent of the running club, and it opens up new experiences and friendships and relationships with new people. Before I joined the running club, I just assumed you only really needed a pair of running trainers. But I'm into my gadgets. As soon as I was exposed to running watches, I purchased one of them, and then I upgraded my trainers. I basically Googled the top 10 trainers of last year, and they came out top, so I just went straight out and I bought them. Served me quite well so far. They haven't made me 100 times faster. Also bought official running kit from Chorlton runners, so I've got a vest, a hoodie. Yeah, the hardest run was Manchester Marathon. I'd never done a marathon before, and just after I finished it, I vowed to friends that I would never do it again, but I'm definitely going to do it again, because as hard as it was, the support around the course from everybody in the Chorlton runners was was fantastic, and with that in mind, I'd like to give it another go. Favourite thing about Chorlton runners, other than the cake, the food, the alcohol, it's definitely the people. It sounds a bit cliche to say, but generally a great bunch of people that are dead welcoming. And I would describe Chorlton runners as the friendliest, most inclusive club out there. I always say people make places, and the people in the club are so welcoming to anybody, and that you pick up on that straight away. And then above that, once you start getting to know everybody, and then you might enter some races. You don't have to, but if you do, then you'll pick up on the great support. It's the people and the support that you get on a personal level and a running level as well. You've got people there that know what they're talking about when it comes to running, so they can advise you on how to get better. And yeah, if there's any new runners out there looking to join a running club and looking to join Chorlton runners, then just give it a go.